What up? I'm Thor, the most badass god of thunder to ever exist, way less promiscuous than that Zeus guy. Pretty faithful to my wife, TBH. More of a god than Gilgamesh will ever be, and way more prepared for these trials than he was for his. Some giant called Utgarda-Loki called me out, and I've got to come answer this challenge because, I'm the bomb and he can't upstage me. Using the power that radiates from my dope magic hammer, forged by dwarves from a meteor. Y'all know it, love it, the great and wonderful Mjolnir, and my natural strength. I'm gonna beat him and take any challenge he thinks he can give me. Gotta go now, time to prove some giant that I will never be beaten. And no one can top me and the magical hammer. Winning!
And that's me right there, next to the big dummy with the hammer. I'm Loki. Some people call me a trickster, among the ranks of Prometheus or even the Raven. But personally, I don't get it. I mean, so what? I got a blind dude to kill the golden child with a plant. Is that really so bad? Anyway, my dad has tortured me and all of my kids for eternity. There's apparently a big prophecy about how I'm supposed to cause the end of the world and everything, but I really don't think my family deserves that kind of treatment, so...
After those tiny trespassers snuck into my castle, I was nice enough to welcome them to my home. That's me, on the end. I am the giant they call Utgarda-Loki, and I am the king of this castle and these people. Next to me is another of my giants. Loki likes to eat. A lot. And lastly, that old lady there, that's Ellie. She may look fragile, but she is strong for her age. These gods think they're so powerful that they can come into my castle uninvited. We'll set them straight.
Your trial will be to see if you can eat faster than one of our quickest eaters.
That sounds like no trial at all. That sounds like dinner. That was embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie, but I do feel full.
I crushed that puny god, and I could still eat more. Your challenge is going to be to see if you can drink this entire beer bomb in one try. Our strongest people can do it in one time, but the weakest take 3 at most. How do you think you're gonna do?
I am literally the god of drinking. I am going to be fine.
We'll see about that, Thor.
Easy. That could not have gone any worse. I think I almost puked, and I look like I peed myself.
For this trial, you are going to have to lift my pet dog.
Is that really even a challenge? It's a dog. His name might be Tank, but it's a dog. There's something up with that dog. It's a hefty dog. Couldn't even lift me. Frickin' amateur.
If you think that you are so strong, do you think you can beat our oldest woman in a wrestling match?
Is this really even fair? I try to avoid beating up elderly women. It's usually frowned upon, but I mean, like, if you want me to, I will crush her.
Okay, we'll see.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey, we're gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
I is embarrassed. That was bad.
He was not strong as everyone thinks.
After being disgraced in every challenge, Thor and Loki decided to leave the castle. It was then that their host confided in them what had actually happened. Utgarda-Loki tells his adversary that he had feared Thor would succeed in the tasks, what had actually been tricks. In fact, if Thor had succeeded, the balance of nature itself would have been upset. He told them that whilst Loki was indeed a swift eater, his opponent in reality was fire, which devours all in its path. Thor was a tremendous trencherman, impressing even the giants by his capacity for eating and drinking. In the hall of Utgarda-Loki, he took part in an epic drinking contest, striving to empty a great horn. Though a formidable drinker, failed to see that the other end of the horn was in the ocean itself, which is impossible for man to drain. He lowered the level of the ocean perceptionally by his efforts. Utgarda-Loki's dog was in reality the world serpent, so vast that he can circle the world and take his own tail in his mouth. As for the ancient lady with whom Thor had wrestled, she was old age herself, which overcomes all. He congratulated on Thor on managing to raise the dog's paw, and being forced onto only one knee by old age. Utgarda-Loki then warned the two to never set foot in his lands again, and although they had been tested and humiliated, they had learned valuable lessons and left.